Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal, and today I will be channeling a message for you all. There is a lot of weird energy in the air today because it is May 5th, 5/5/25, so we are in a portal. So there's a lot happening. I'm feeling a lot energetically. I've felt it since this morning. And so, yeah, I'm going to channel a message for you all. Hopefully it resonates. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a general message. So let's get into it. Holy Spirit, I pray that you help me communicate what needs to be communicated during this reading. Please use me as a vessel to share with the collective what you need them to know, what insights you want them to hear, what it is they need to learn. Please take me out of the equation, and please use my body, use my throat, use my voice as a vessel to offer listeners divine guidance and introspection. I release my own energy and I let you fill me up, Holy Spirit. I call on you, Holy Spirit and Spirit guides. What do I need to say? Trust. The first thing that is coming to me right now is trust. So many of you have been feeling worried about what's coming next, worried about where you're supposed to go next, worried about how you're going to get to where it is you want to be. There's a promise that many of you have been holding on to for quite some time. Maybe the promise came in the form of a vision. Maybe the promise came in the form of another person saying it, because God speaks through people, right? You know, God is within all of us. And so sometimes you'll have these conversations that you didn't even realize would lead to such deep insights about your own life. And so maybe a promise was revealed through another person's dream, or another person's, or just a conversation that was inspired between, or just a dream that was inspired through a conversation with another person, excuse me. And you've been holding on to this promise for quite some time, and the promise hasn't fully transpired yet. There has been some progression, especially in the spiritual realm. There's been some progression in the mental sphere as well. Psychologically, you have developed. Spiritually, you have developed. In the last few weeks, there has been an upgrade, a spiritual upgrade. And now the way that you see the world and the way that you see your life and your life path, your life's purpose, it's completely shifted. Everything feels so much more possible. I'm hearing grasping at straws. I'm hearing almost there. I'm hearing like you're so close to grasping something. And I think that that's what many of us are feeling right now, I guess. I think you guys are feeling like your dream, this dream life, this alternate reality, this opportunity, whatever it is, it's just within reach. And you've done the work. You know, you've showed up, you've studied, you've released, you've meditated, you've prayed, you've stepped out on faith, you took a big risk in your life. You took a bet on yourself. You listened to the promise, and based on that promise, you were obedient in your steps. And right now, many of us are feeling kind of frustrated because we're not there yet, but also so excited because we know we're going to be there. So it's kind of like mentally and spiritually, you are aligned with where you need to be when it comes to your highest self. So mentally and spiritually, you've elevated, you've upgraded, you underwent a true transformation. a part of you or a version of you literally died. Literally died. Whether it was in the last few weeks, the last few months, the last year, the last couple of years, your old self died. You are a completely new person now. And yet your physical reality hasn't completely shifted over to the alternate, the new reality that is to come with your promise. Or maybe that is the promise itself. And so a lot of us are feeling a little bit, maybe it's not even frustrated. I'm hearing worry. Frustration could resonate for some people, but I'm hearing worry. I'm hearing impatience, but I'm feeling like, as I say worry, I feel that going down my back. So I think it's worry. What are you worried about? What are you guys worried about? I'm hearing that maybe some of you are worried that it's not going to happen. Maybe some of you are worried that you missed your chance. Just, as confirmation, what is meant for you will never pass you. You have not missed anything. If you take anything away from this message right now, it's to trust in divine timing. Always trust in divine timing. You have a promise. That promise is coming in. And I think many of you feel that. And that's why you're so frustrated, because you've taken so many steps of obedience, right? You've had faith. A lot of you have had nothing but faith along this journey. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like, you've been faithful. Even in moments where it seemed like nothing was going your way, even in moments where it felt like everything was falling apart, you were faithful. You were faithful to the vision. You were faithful to the promise. You had this steadfast belief that things were going to work out. And now you're in a space where you've healed. Mentally, spiritually, you have healed. And it's okay to acknowledge that. I'm hearing like it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that, because something that happens with a lot of us is we think that unless we are able to physically show how we have changed, how we have progressed, whether that comes in the form of like a new job, a new home, a new relationship, we want to be able to show that we have changed. And the thing is, the measure of your growth is not based in the tangible. It's based in the spirit, and it's based in your heart. It's based in the purity and the intentions of your heart. Your character, that is the most important thing. Your character is the most important thing. And the intentions of your heart, that's what determines everything else. And so it's kind of like when you go through a season where things aren't going your way, a season of loss, of grief, a season of uncertainty, a season of transformation, really. That's really what it is, because all of those things happen within a season of transformation where you're not sure of what's coming next, but you know that you have so much healing that needs to be done and so much releasing that needs to be done. Many of you have gone through that, and you've overcome it. Many of you have overcome that. And so you've done the work, and you're still waiting. And there's frustration and there's worry now. And that frustration and that worry is coming from this fear of, where was I? I kind of got all caught up. Where was I going with that? Spirit, come back to me. Please help me. Give me the words. Trust. I'm hearing trust. Okay. Trust. In transformation. Trust. Okay. It's coming back to me. Trust. Okay. So a lot of us think that we have to show like the physical fruits of our labor. Like there needs to be tangible fruit in order to prove that we've grown. And that is not true. That's not to say that that tangible fruit won't come, because it will. And that is the shift that we are experiencing right now. So there is this worry that it's not a worry that things won't happen, because I think you all know the promise, and you know that the promise will happen. You are so certain of this promise. That's why you're holding on to it for dear life. It's almost like you have nothing else that you believe in. This is the only thing that you know is true for you. Maybe this is like a life purpose. Maybe this is a person. Maybe this is a relationship. Maybe this is like a life path. And the worry is based in how. The worry is based in the how. How is this going to happen? How is this going to transpire? And I think that's a valid concern. It's valid to worry about the how. That's the part of the journey that we tend to worry about the most, right? It's funny because when things are uncertain, when we don't know what the next step is, or we don't know that the outcome that we want is guaranteed, we worry about what our next steps will be, because it's like, well, we don't know what the end is. We don't see any end in sight. What am I working towards? But when you actually know what you're working towards, and you know that it's guaranteed to happen, we still somehow find a way to worry. We are worrying about how we're going to get there, but that's the thing. The promise is already done. The promise is already signed, sealed, and delivered. It's going to happen regardless. And that's not to say don't actively work towards this goal, because action is required, especially during this time. We have to take action. I'm hearing that very strongly. Take action. But it is to say that you're worrying too much about the how and not enough about your why. So focus on your why, take action, and the path, the how, will be revealed. Many of you have been holding on to this promise, and you've had visions. A lot of us are having visions right now, especially with this latest portal that happened a few weeks ago. There has been a serious spiritual upgrade where you are having lucid dreams. You're probably hearing messages directly from spirit. The biggest thing that may be happening for some of you, that's been happening for me at least, is I'm feeling the flow of energy and the intensity of energy in my body. I've always been someone that kind of lives more in my head. So like I can overthink, I can ruminate. I also just like, I carry a huge mental load, basically. And so for most of my life, I've struggled to feel with my body, which is why it took me so long to get to a place where I actually know and trust my intuition. But what has happened in the last few weeks with these spiritual upgrades is like, I can feel things incredibly deeply within my body, to the point where it can make me sick. And so I was actually talking to a friend about this earlier today, and we were talking about how we were both feeling so anxious but also tired, and we didn't know why. And I reflected on it, and maybe you guys have been feeling this way as well today too, but it could be that it's not anxiety that you're feeling, it's restlessness. That energy is making you restless, right? And so the energy of this portal being on May 5th, 5/5/25, so that's 3 5s. So that's a 5, and then the power of 3 5s, right? Or 3, or like the number 5 amplified, multiplied by 3, right? And that's so interesting because, yeah, that's so interesting. The number 5 itself represents, freedom. It's wild energy. I mean, ultimately, it represents change. And so you might be feeling this restlessness in your body, uh, not simply because you're anxious, but because your higher self is calling to you and calling to your current energy to move. It's calling for action. And there might be something in your life that you are procrastinating on, that you are not making a move on. And so there's that dis-ease within yourself because you have this higher self and now you're feeling things more in your body. So your higher self and that energy, it's calling to you, it's pulling at you, and you're resisting it. And maybe you're resisting it because you are so in your mind about what the next step is. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to miss your opportunity. You don't know what the full plan is. You don't know how you're going to get there, so you're not moving. Either way, you're going to be pushed to make a move, whether you are the one that starts it, or whether you are the one that initiates it or spirit does. So that's really up to you. But that's what I'm hearing right now. This energy, and just to kind of circle back, the energy that you're feeling in your body with this spiritual upgrade, what I'm feeling is material. Like I'm hearing the word material. So basically, like, you have mentally, psychically, spiritually upgraded. You've like experienced all the benefits of that, right? So like you're now vibrating at a frequency that aligns with your highest self and the alternate reality that you are desiring to step into. And the struggle here is you're not seeing it in your physical reality, but you're feeling the energy and the vibration and that frequency all within your body. And you're feeling that conflicting energy. And so what's interesting about feeling in your body now is that tells us, this is really interesting. So feeling that energy in your physical body plus the number 5, right? The triple fives of today. 5 representing change, representing freedom. It could mean that this is coming into the material. So your promise is coming into the material. It will be materialized. Right? Because the last thing to come in, after transformation, after growth is the material, right? Like first, you have to go in and correct your heart and correct your mind and all of these other things. And then the material is the final step, is what closes that chapter. So a lot of you are waiting on this material. You are so ready for this material, and it hasn't happened yet. And that's where that dis-ease comes in, because you're like, I'm ready for it. I'm calling it in. When is it coming in? How is it going to come in? Spirit is telling us to lean into this energy and to embrace it, because that energy is powerful. And understand that the fact that you are able to feel this energy in your body only proves that you are also a powerful being, because that energy, you've always had the ability to access it, but you didn't know how to. You had this energy within you, but you didn't know how to access it, and you weren't ready to access it, right? Because all of this, everything starts in the mind, right? So if you have been living your life with blinders on and kind of limiting yourself in all of these different ways without realizing that you were the one that was limiting yourself, right? Like kind of blaming the world for your own problems, blaming the world and external circumstances instead of looking within yourself. A of course you're not going to be able to access all this energy and this power that's within you because you are navigating the world as if you're powerless. And that was a past you. That was the you that died, right? So you went through this massive transformation, and the death of that old identity, you realized the ways that you were restricting and limiting yourself and holding yourself back. And so now you're in a space where you know that you and your energy are the key. You are the key to accessing your destiny. You are the key to accessing your success, to accessing the reality that you want, the desires that you have. You are the key. And so what we are being called to do, and I'm hearing the word responsibility in this time, and I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but I'm hearing a lot of different things at once right now. What you're being called to do right now is to take responsibility for the ways that you are not showing up for your highest good, because that is the roadblock that we're facing. We have to get through this roadblock to get to the next reality. My camera, I ran out of time. So you have to take responsibility, because so basically you are mentally and spiritually aligned with your highest self, right? And all of this starts in the mind. You understand the power of expansive thinking. You understand the power of abundant thinking. You understand your role in this journey, right? And so that's one of the biggest lessons that you've learned through this transformation. And yet there are still ways that you are limiting yourself because you're choosing fear over expansion. And so because of that, even though you know this promise over here, this new life, whatever it is that the promise is, you know that it's bound to happen. You know that it's destined to happen. Because you're so worried about the fear, because you're so worried about the how, you're blocking yourself from accessing that material reality. There are things that you're avoiding. There are things that you are procrastinating on. So you have these two energies within you right now, where it's your higher self calling you to rise up. And that could mean speak your truth, right? And even as I said that, my throat started itching. Speak your truth. So many of you are holding something in. Maybe it's a desire. Maybe it's a desire for newness. Maybe it's the ending of a relationship. Maybe it's maybe there's a part of your old identity that you haven't fully released. And so you're afraid to say out loud what the thing is. And maybe that's the thing that's holding you back. Maybe that's the thing that's stopping the material from coming in at this time. We have to take responsibility so that way we can align fully with this new version of ourselves. Now, I'm also hearing that some of you are underestimating your power at this time. When we underestimate our power, we are alleviating ourselves of the responsibility that we have to change our lives. And that's a problem. Again, you have spiritually upgraded to the point where you can physically feel energy and you can physically feel things coming into the material. That makes you a powerful being and a powerful vessel. That means you are now basically fully aware of the power that you hold within yourself and the power that you have to change your life. And when you tell yourself that you're powerless to your situation, or you have found a way to manipulate yourself into thinking that you're not going to get the thing that you want, or you aren't capable of getting the thing that you want, or you succumb to the fear of not knowing how you're going to get the thing you want, you're diminishing your power, and then you're alleviating yourself of your own responsibility. And that's a block. We didn't do all of this work to get to this place where we're just blocking ourselves off from the very thing that we've been working so hard to get to, right? Which is this new life, which is living in our purpose, which is walking in our truly aligned life path, which is, jumping into love, like whatever it is. So you're blocking yourself in some way. And the interesting thing about today that I'm feeling is that whether you take action or not, action will be taken. So if you don't do it, Spirit's gonna do it anyway. So that's really up to you. Yeah, I'm hearing Spirit's gonna do it anyway. And so this means that if you are avoiding a tough conversation, for example, like maybe you need to leave your job or like leave a friendship or a relationship or whatever, and you're just you have your foot on the brakes, you're like, I don't want to deal with that, or maybe there's another way, or maybe I can keep this person in my life, maybe there's another way to work this out, make this work. Spirit is going to make it very difficult for you to hold on to that, because that cannot be taken with you where you are going next. So what's really happening here is like, and again, we're never fully alone, right? Because we are supported by our spirit guides. We're supported by the energy of the collective. That change is going to happen, but it's really your choice and whether you're the one that takes the action or Spirit makes it happen. Ooh, that was a bar. So that's another thing that's coming in for me. The other day, I was getting a lot of sensation in my throat chakra and my heart chakra. So I'm hearing like, trust your heart, follow your heart. It will never lead you astray. Trusting your heart. Yeah, like trusting love, letting love guide you, letting that infinite flame in your heart, letting that guide you along your path. Maybe some of you are doubting what's in your heart. Maybe some of you are afraid of what's in your heart. Maybe certain things have become a lot more clear to you, and there are certain truths that have come up and you're avoiding it. And as I'm saying that, my heart is like, I feel a tightness in my heart. So this might resonate for someone, but yeah, you're avoiding something, and maybe that is also causing the dis-ease in your energy. You're not aligning yourself with this energy of truth and honoring your truth. So that could be something for someone. But yeah, that is, well, let me see if there's anything else. I keep hearing power, like echoed, power, power, power. Maybe some of you aren't feeling very confident at this time. Maybe some of you are doubting yourself, doubting your ability to achieve the thing that you want, to jump into this new reality. Stop underestimating your power. You have grown so much. And this ties back into that idea of, if we don't have something tangible to show for our work, then it's meaningless, or then like no one's going to believe us, or then it means that we didn't grow. That's not true. You look at yourself and every day, and you experience yourself every day, and you know good and well how much you have changed for the better. You have seen how you have grown. As I say seen, I felt that. You have seen yourself. You have witnessed yourself. You don't need anyone else's validation as proof that you have grown. And the ways that you have grown in the spirit, psychologically, these are gifts, these are lessons that are going to help you elevate in your material life as well. And when I say material, I'm not just talking money. I'm talking like relationships. I'm talking like if you're building businesses, if you're whatever it is, that's going to help you. These are lifelong lessons that you have learned. You didn't just, cherry pick a few cute little lessons. No, like you were in the depths. In this transformation, you had to really face these parts of yourself, the deceptive parts of yourself, the fear and the anxiety and just the deceptive tactics that we use to hold ourselves back. We had to come to terms with the fact that we are the ones imposing limitations on ourselves. Certain beliefs that we had about our lives, our identities, we had to realize that none of those were true, nor valid, nor serving of us, and we couldn't take them with us on this journey. Do you know how powerful you have to be to sit in that, to look at yourself in the mirror and look at all the things that are no longer serving you and then make active decisions to release them, to shed that old skin, to let those parts of you die? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how many people avoid that? You are so special. You are so powerful. You are light. So don't you for a second sit here and doubt yourself. Don't you for a second sit here and question your abilities or whether you chose the right path, because you know the promise. This feeling is temporary. That promise is forever. It's already written in your contract, babe. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's done, babe. It's done. It's already done. So stop worrying. Take advantage of the energy that's coming through you right now and lean into that. Spirit is saying, lean in. Don't run away from it. Lean in. Embrace it. Follow it. Listen to it. Spend time with it. And come up with a plan. Come up with a plan. Make it happen. Take action. Make it happen. That's what I'm hearing. Woo! That was a word. That was a word. I think that's all. Like, as I'm saying all of this too, can I just say that my heart is beating? Like, I'm feeling like a soreness around my heart chakra. So yeah, follow your heart. I just keep hearing like, follow your heart. Trust yourself. I'm hearing divine guidance and support. I'm hearing source. Pull from your source. Maybe your heart chakra is your source. Pull from that energy. Align yourself with love. Align yourself with faith. Align yourself with belief that you are capable. You are so capable of making this happen. And it's guaranteed. It's written in stone. It's going to happen. So trust in that. Trust your heart and follow your heart and let spirit handle the rest is what I'm hearing. Because there are going to be some things, like as with any change in life, there are going to be things that happen that in the moment are going to suck and are going to be so uncomfortable. But in the long run, you'll understand why it happened. In the long run, you'll know that it needed to happen because you couldn't continue behaving a certain way. You couldn't continue entertaining certain other energies. You couldn't continue being in, you know, a certain work environment or relationship or dynamic or whatever it is, because you couldn't take that with you. So trust that. Trust that. Trust your heart and let spirit handle the rest, is what I'm hearing. Follow your heart and do what excites you. Yeah, do what excites you. Do what lights you up. Do what brings you joy, because that's how you call all of that in, right? The more that you align yourself with joy. And I'm not saying that means like, oh, go on a cruise, drop all your responsibilities and go on a cruise and just go live your life. I mean, if you can, why not? But I mean, like, find joy in the work, because you know that that work is progressing you. That work is helping you move forward and get closer and closer to that materialized reality, which in and of itself is a blessing. Yeah, progress is happening. Progress is definitely happening, and it's coming in the material. Thank you so much, loves, for taking the time to click on this video. I really appreciate you spending your precious time and energy here with me on my channel. I hope that this resonated for some of you. Again, take away what resonated, leave the rest. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope that you enjoy the rest of this portal day. I hope that you take that energy and lean into it. And remember that you are so powerful. You are able to take energy and transmute it into light. You can take energy and transmute it into something so beautiful and something that is going to help you move forward and progress in your life. So do not underestimate your power. Stop it. Stop. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video.